I don't feel like I need to represent that in my music because I represent that in my day to day. Like my dad was in the ANC. Like
You're black 24/7.
I'm South African all the time.
Exactly.
My name's Mulalo.
Yeah. Boom. What is going on? Welcome to Ruu S Room. We're going to the nitty gritty of the artists and creatives in the Australian scene. I am Ruu, aka the Culture Black Kid, and today we got Mulalo. She is a South African Australian artist, posted up in Melbourne. You might have heard her bangers. Tracy Grimshaw, Final Statement, only just to name a couple. With new release Holden coming real soon, along with just some other pieces of content that she should definitely stay tapped into. Mulalo, how are you doing today? Like for real, how are you doing?
I'm doing a lot better because I flew into Sydney this morning and I just have like a really stressful show coming up because everybody's making me stressed for it.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, are you nervous? And it's making me nervous. So right now I'm doing like okay, but like on edge.
Right. For those who don't know, this is the Phoenix show that would have happened a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, Phoenix Central Park. Because I'm doing Phoenix Central Park and then I'm also doing a festival in Melbourne on Sunday.
Right.
Yeah, and then I did a show in Melbourne on like on Sunday. Now we're on Wednesday, and that was like my first show of the year. So I'm having all these shows in succession.
Yeah.
And they're all different.
For sure.
So it's just like a lot of moving parts.
For sure.
But I'm feeling alright.
No, of course. I'm doing well. It's been a stressful couple of weeks. Lost my car because it died, and so public transport.
You're gonna be like me. You're gonna be a public transport baddie. I don't have a license. I'm sorry. Or I was saying the other day, like a lot of my music is like motorsport related, but I don't even have my own license.
Yeah,
and also, public transport is good for the environment. I'm sick and tired of people taking a car for a 5-minute journey. 5-minute journey. Use your legs
like an
and
Uber.
walk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just get an Uber.
15-minute walk.
Red flag.
Yeah.
Red flag. It's a red flag if someone wants to drive for 5 minutes or get an Uber for 5 minutes instead of walking the 10.
Like even yesterday, I got home from on the train from work, and the bus was like 25 minutes, and I'm like, I could sit at the bus stop and watch like an episode of something, or I could just take the next stop and walk from that station home, and I still beat the bus home.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or you can be like me, like, because since I'm a public transport baddie and I live in the middle of nowhere, there's been times where I've been like stuck at a train station at like 1 a.m. And it's like I have to be there for 2 hours because the train doesn't come for 2 hours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's similar to here where it's like...
Yeah, or they stop at 5 a.m. Like, because I live so far out and everyone like lives so in.
Relatable.
And then if I do a set at like midnight, why would I want to take a $70 Uber home?
No. Whack.
Like, it's so
I'll
whack.
never.
I'm gonna take my little walking legs and get on that little train and pay my little $4.20 on the card.
The Opal card?
No, Mikey in Melbourne.
Oh!
I like that in Sydney you can just tap your phone though.
Oh yeah, just use it. That's what I do.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
I got my Opal card's pretty much for show. It's been for show for like 3 years at this
I don't
point.
even know what mine is. I had one once. But I just think the biggest scam of Opal is the airport link. Like, why is it $30? Like, that's literally the price of an Uber. Like, what's the point of having it? Like,
yeah.
Anyways.
No, for sure. Oh, well, Opal, get you. Anyway.
Sponsor me, please.
No.
Please,
give me free trips.
Yeah, please.
Oh. So how we met was actually the Triple J offices during your hip hop show residency. Yeah. I heard of you before. I think Tracy Grimshaw was my entry point, which was one of my favorites. I think it was top 5 in 2022.
Oh yeah. I think we had interacted on Instagram a little bit here and there.
But it wasn't until you came up for your residency at the hip hop show that we actually met, and
you probably heard me screaming from like the hallway. You're like,
look, since then you have honestly, and apart from Isaac, you've been like the best vibe in the office because you're actually interacting with people.
Yeah.
Like, and
I was every time someone goes up there, I'm always just like, oh, how's the office, guys? Is it fun?
Yeah. So like since then, like I think I found like your pass and I like hung it up for like it was like a good like 2-3 months.
The memories.
Just
memories.
your card was there.
I feel like that's why they never invited me back because they were like, people are not getting work done when this girl is around because you would leave me unmonitored for like 3 minutes And I'd be like, so what are you doing?
So you just come over to Tommy's just like,
I'd be like, so what do you think about this guy that I'm texting right now? Would you reply? Would you ghost me? And people are like, I'm just trying to
like
get
I'm
unearthed.
I'm trying to listen to these songs.
I'm like, what's wrong with me? Will I ever fall find love? And everyone's just like,
Yeah. They're like, can you go talk to the hack or something?
Yeah, they were like, oh, we can give you a contact. You can go talk to the dating department. They never called me back for the show. I was like, I had to find a man on my own.
That's a whole other conversation.
Oh, podcast about music.
No, this look low key. This, as much as majority of the people who I'm getting as artists and creatives, like I don't want it to be just, and that goes into, this is a perfect segue. This goes into the whole, get into the nitty gritty. Like the music is just one part of it, but I want to get to know you, and like that's what I love about this show in comparison to other just random interviews. Is like, you know, at the end of the day, like, yeah, it's cool. So tell me about your latest release. So how did you get into music? Cool, cliche questions, but at the end of the day, like people like to hear the fun shit.
No, I always tell people, like I always say to people, like when I read interviews or when I watch interviews, and like the reason why I wanted to like expand into other parts of like doing media and content and stuff was because I know so many amazing people, like yourself included, so many of my other friends that I work in the industry and that have so much knowledge and like, you know, resources and stuff. But every time they get interviewed or every time they do a interview, it's just like, oh, tell me about how you got into music. Oh, tell me about your process. No, tell me if your dad cheated on your mom.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Yeah. Like I said, the nitty gritty.
Was your parents' relationship growing up, and has it affected your art making process?
Boom.
Yes, it has.
We'll get into that.
No, please.
But
don't talk about it on your social media. Like, I don't know what you're saying, but just talk about us.
Oh, hilarious. Well, let's get into it.
Okay.
And my first question to you is, what percentage of yourself do you think your inner circle really knows about you?
Like, I always say, like, have you ever seen that thing to say that you have three faces? The face you show to the world, the face you show to your friends and family, and the face that you show to yourself.
Yeah.
I used to be a real people pleaser, so I felt like I would hide parts of myself to be more accepted. But now that I'm like a smaller circle and I know who I am, I feel like the people that really, 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 really know me, they really know me.
Yeah.
But I also feel like I just have issues of people like perceiving me a specific way, and then people not understanding that I'm the complete opposite to the way that I'm perceived. Like even like making new friendships, like lately over the past few years, like especially getting into music and stuff, I realized like it's so hard to show people who I really am, because they're so like, there's like, oh my god, but you're Mulalo, you're so crazy on Instagram and all that kind of stuff. But I would say like the people that really know me know me 100%.
Oh, bet. No, for sure.
But it's not a lot of people.
Yeah, 100%. And you know, it again, being an observer, one of your observers of your Instagram story, especially more so the past, like we were saying off camera, like how you're like trying to I need
to get away from it. Yeah, I do, because I like. Well, you finish your thought, and then I was saying what I was going to say.
Oh no, yeah, I was saying that, you know, it's interesting, you know, how people have perceive you in the past, and you're like again, it's a typical celebrity type, you know, anyone who you look up to type ideology, where it's like, who like the observer thinks this is how they are, period.
Yeah, and like it's just so wild, because it's like I didn't grow up with friends. I always tell people this. I didn't grow up with friends. I didn't get friends until I was like in uni. Yeah. So like for me, like when I'm around people and like all that kind of stuff, like sometimes it's hard for me to read that, like and I've just gone through the trials and tribulations of like having people there in my life, and I'll be like, oh my god, like this person's my friend, and then realizing it's just like, because like, oh, like fuck, like she's lit from IG stories. Like I remember I had a friend that I thought she was my friend. Like I cut her off because like I went to one of her DJ sets and I was just like super chill. Like I just came in like a tracksuit and whatever. And she's like, oh, that's how you're coming? She's like, oh, I just thought you would have like that. And it's just like, I going back to what I was saying about what we were talking about before,
Mhm.
I realize it's like what's causing me all this distress and distraught is that like people that is a part of who I am.
Yeah.
Like, it's not who I am.
Yeah.
Like when I used to post my Instagram stories, like I always used to post like that, even since I was in high school on Snapchat and stuff. But then when like people just become so like, oh my god, and every conversation I have is like about Instagram and Instagram stories and stuff, and like people talk to me like they know me or overstep when they're talking to me. It's just like, yeah, I'd rather just not do that.
No, for sure. For sure. Okay, no, fair enough. And that makes sense. That makes sense.
And just monetize it, fuck. You want to fucking...
Yeah,
If you want to
exactly.
be entertained, then fucking give me $1 on
boom.
Patreon.
Facts. And then my follow-up question to that is, how much of that percentage do you think you've shared in your music so far?
Oh, like the current Mulalo now, like of who I am right now, because like I believe that we're forever rolling. 0.5%.
Right. Yeah.
0.5%.
It does, like, again, this is just a generalization, but you know, it seems like pretty much majority to all of the music you just put out is just like fun, just bangers.
It's easy.
Just like,
it's easy. Like I always tell people that, like I always tell people, I don't do music because I was like grew up loving doing music and whatever. I used to, when I was in uni, I used to be part of a girl group, like we were 4 girls.
Yep.
And I used to be like, one of us should just rap. Like, and this was like at the beginning when like,
right.
I was like when it was really starting to take off, because I love female rap, right? And I was like, but it's just not me. Like I didn't feel like I was that vibe. And then I was like, one of us should just do it. And then after uni ended, the year after, I was like, you know, fuck it, I'm just gonna do it.
Yep.
And then it became a thing, and I realized that I'm good at it. But like it's very surface level. It's nothing groundbreaking. Like I realized that like I can talk about like Australian references, make baddie music, but it's not life changing.
Yeah.
Like I'm not trying to, like I always tell people, like I'm literally not trying to do anything that make money.
Yeah. I'm not no one's savior. I'm not trying to
I'm not trying to get deep with it. I'm not trying to be introspective. Like I get people being really like, you know, sometimes things can get competitive of doing music stuff, and I always tell people, I'm just here, I make music that's lit for the girls to, you know, have a good time too. I'm really witty in my lyrics. I try. I do try, but like it's not rocket science. I tell people that all the time. It's
for sure.
Rap.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, like 0.5%.
Yeah, fair enough.
I have so much to offer. I'm a very smart girl. I tell people that all the time.
Of course. And do you think you'll ever get to a point where you're like, okay, maybe I want to open up a smidge more? Or you're like, nah, let me just keep it.
In music,
Yeah.
I can't take myself seriously doing like.
Or maybe that's another medium.
Music. Yeah. Like, I don't mind, like, even with my Instagram story, like, I'm very open about talking about
very
like,
much
who I am,
the past,
like, and like my feelings and like, you know, being bullied and all this kind of stuff. But like, I'm not gonna sit there and be like, when I was in the 3rd grade, they called me fat, and then like, I'm not gonna do that on music. Like, no, I'll just tell you. And then I'll make twerking music.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense. You know, I feel like, as the last thing I'll say on this before we continue, it's like a lot of, again, just people who are just fans who aren't actually in it feel like when you go through emotional shit that you have to talk about it on your art.
Like,
or like personal shit you have to talk about on your art.
I always tell people, I'm having an existential crisis 24 hours. I'm always having an existential crisis. Like I'm always going through it. There's always something going on. Like, you know, and it's like, that's why I used to always get confused, because I'm like really chill, surprisingly, but a lot of people just I'm like so chill. I barely go out and do all that kind of stuff. And people would be like confused, like when they'll be like, let's go to this party, like that, and I just like literally, or like when I'm just not about that life. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm just not about that life. Like I'm just literally not. Like I don't give a fuck about going to the club to go talk to the, or like, oh my god, this person DM me. I don't give a fuck. Yeah. Okay. Like I literally could give less than a fuck. Yeah. No. Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, hopefully through this next part we get to understand a bit more of the 100%, I guess, not the 0.5. Is this a show and tell that I didn't?
Yes. This is the part of the show and tell. So. Usually I have Mulalo bring a little bit of, you know, some items, take it back to primary school days.
Yeah, sure.
She's been super creative off camera, so I guess we'll see.
We'll see. And also, like, I want to say, I do take things seriously. It's like, I just came back from Melbourne. I'm working hard. I'm just a girl. Yeah. Okay? I'm just a girl. And we have amazing technology, AI, the After Effects, what is it called? Final Cut Pro.
Yep.
Let's just all use our brains and imagine.
So perfect. Well, let's kick it off. So my first question is, what is something that represents who you are as a person?
And that's what I was like, because when you said like something physical,
Like I said, what did I say? Ideally physical, but that doesn't mean strictly physical. So like, if something that represents you as a person is something that's more, I don't know, non-physical. I guess there's a better word, but yeah, then you can say that. Like I think someone said a quote before.
Yeah, I would just say that like something that represents me is like self-determination and believing in yourself.
Yeah.
I would say that that's something that like represents me, because I feel like I said, I didn't grow up having friends, and I was obese as a child, and I was getting bullied and all that kind of stuff. And not a lot of people, people didn't believe in me like from the beginning. Like, you know, I always have been creative. When I wanted to go to art school, no offense to them, like my parents were just like, I don't think that this is like the best thing for you to be doing. Like, you should be going to law school, all this kind of stuff.
Big African parent vibe.
Yeah, 100%. When I was in uni and I wanted to like learn how to DJ, do all that kind of stuff, like none of my uni friends used to believe in me. When I first started doing my music, like my best friend at the time, she used to like make fun of me, and I was like, you know what? If I just keep following on this path, like it's gonna work. And you know, I had real big trials and tribulations of people being so nasty and stuff, but I just sat with myself and said, you know what, Mulalo, if you have that determination and you have that self-will and that self determination, like you got it. So I would say something that represents me is like self-belief.
Yeah. Is there, because you mentioned like, can you remember that specific, because like you said, you've had a moment of saying that, but is there like a moment where you're like, all right, this is the specific turning point?
I think the specific turning point for me personally, it wasn't like a moment in time. It was like it was a period of like a few months. Like my best friend had moved overseas to go live overseas permanently, and I was like stuck because I had just started releasing music. This was just before I released like M31 and all that kind of stuff.
So super fresh.
It's just super fresh, and I was like, but this is when I was like kind of just still in Melbourne, and people were being really fucking nasty to me in Melbourne. Like I'm talking about, it was bad. I didn't leave my house, and then I sat down and I was like, but there's people messaging me on like IG being like, oh, this is like a vibe, and like I have people that kind of and then in that 3-month period, I just told myself like, you know what, you got this, you got this, you got this, you got this, and then I released M31. I was like, I would say that was like the moment. So like,
it was kind of like an amping up of yourself. Yeah.
And like really like believing it, faking it till I make it. Like I used to be like, oh yeah, even like some points now where I doubt myself, but just being like, okay, like you got this. You've already you know, dipped your toe in like to the water. You just need to jump in now. Right? That's all you need to do. And I think for that 3 months, I was hyping myself up to jump in the pool. Yeah. And then I did it. And then I did it. Yeah. And then it was good. Yeah. And it was amazing. And it wasn't scary. And I didn't drown. And then I just...
Yeah. You just went from there. No, for sure.
My answers too.
No, it's... I've had longer answers for sure. All right, number 2. What is your favorite sentimental gift that you've received from someone?
I would say, like, this is what I thought about, and it's again like an abstract answer, and I really, really do believe that the most sentimental gift I've given from someone is my middle name from my grandma. Which I do have tattooed on me, so technically I did bring it. Yeah. I have it tattooed on my neck when she passed away. Because she's also like one of the only people that was giving me that courage. Like she was like one of those people that was like hyping me up and like, you know, making me feel like, you know, confident in myself a little bit. So I'd say like, that's the most sentimental gift, because it's like the actual gift of me, you know, and a part of me, and then that part of me that is headstrong, you know.
For sure. I would say. Such a cliche question, but like how much of your, like obviously you rep your Aussie side heavy, but how much of your South African like background do you also rep, and like your family and
I mean, my name is Mulalo. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of times people think that's a stage name. No, it's a vendor name. Like, I always tell people I'm vendor. Like, I'm vendor and Spetty. I'm very proud to be South African. I have all my families there except for my immediate family. I feel very connected to it. Like, people always tell me to do our piano music. I have no desire to. Like, wrong part of the country, babe. I'm always like, I'm not the next Tyler, babe. We're from two completely different places.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just like, I'm proud of it on a surface, not say on a surface level.
Yeah.
But like I don't feel like I need to represent that in my music because I represent that in my day to day. Like my dad was in the ANC. Like
you're black 24/7.
I'm South African all the time.
Exactly. Yeah. Boom.
Vendigill.
No, for sure. Do you is there a part of you that also like wishes that you lived there in any?
No.
Okay. No, I'm just curious because
it makes me depressed.
No, that's fair. Sorry. Before I say my thing, why? I'm curious.
It makes me depressed when I see people that look like me not doing well. And I don't know if that's selfish to say.
No, that's fair.
It makes me feel sad because I mean that's people's situation.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't want no, and it's not even like I wouldn't want to live there. Like, that's it, full stop. Like I go there and I spend so much time there. I would love to live out in the country in Venda and stuff like that, but also I feel like I don't like being in places where Black people are being disenfranchised right in front of my face. You know, I don't like it. I don't.
For sure.
I don't like it.
Definitely. Just for the uncultured Black people in the audience, where is the area of the part of Africa? I guess the South Africa, like the close to the the main locations.
I'm from. So my dad is from a place called Venda, which is in Limpopo. So you know, inside South Africa, there's another country. You know, the small country Lesotho. So my dad is from right there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then not in there, but like right there, we're on the border. And my mum is from about a place called Polokwane, which is about an hour drive from there.
Oh, okay. So all in the north.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just outside of Johannesburg. So if you know like Johannesburg, you go for about a 3-hour drive, and then you reach my dad's place.
Right. Okay, fair enough.
But yeah, beautiful. I love visiting there.
But living there, you're like, I'm cool.
I wouldn't want to live there. Yeah, and it's no offense. I wouldn't want to live in a lot of places. I wouldn't want to live in a lot of places. Like, and I just have always. I lived in Kenya for a long time of my life. I lived there for 5 years of my life. I loved it. I would live there again.
Yeah.
But maybe with South Africa, I just feel like I don't know, a little bit jaded because of the way my people were treated.
Of course. 100%. Yeah, it's interesting because like. I'm from a place where I kind of agree. You know, the opportunities that are here in Australia are pretty good. But like I'm from a place where I haven't been able to return as much as well, and like all my cousins and family are over there, so I just like I don't have like as much as I have a great relationship with my cousins, like it's not like I'm seeing them consistently.
I just went there and I didn't feel connected. Yeah. Like I feel like it's not that I even feel sad about it, but like it's just like I don't like. I just didn't grow up with them. Yeah. Like and
yeah.
But more power to them.
No, for sure, for sure. So okay. All right.
So people are so scared they're gonna beat me up. And I'm like, you fucking bitch. Stay in Australia. Stay there.
We don't want you anyway.
We don't want you here. No, please let me. No, I'm gonna get some security. They're gonna be like. We actually terminated your visa.
Well, that sounds like a Trevor Noah skin or something like that.
Yeah, I want to be like, America. I stand with Nelson Mandela. I stand with him, guys. BLM.
All right, number 3. What is the first album that you ever bought or received?
The first album I ever bought, I will never forget. I took my mom. All the way to JB Hi-Fi to get that Nicki Minaj Pink Print. She's on the rocks with me right now. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it because I'm disappointed. I'm very disappointed, and I never thought that this is the way my queen would go out. She's still my queen, but it's very shameful.
Yeah,
what's going on? But it was the Pink Print Deluxe, of course. I told my mom.
Of course, one with the white artwork with the.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the first album I ever bought for myself, I think it was like a K-pop album. Because I was like, I had a huge K-pop phase, like a huge K. Like my room was insane when I was in first and second year of uni. Full K-pop posters everywhere. Didn't no inch of wall, photo cards. Used to spend so much money, fan signs, everything. I was one of them. And one day I just snapped. Like one day I literally woke up and I was just like, "What am I doing?"
Right.
Seriously. And
Like you don't like it anymore, or just like
I was like,
you're confused.
yeah, I was like, what? Like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I was like, looking.
How do we get here?
Yeah, I literally was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I like made like one of my lifelong best friends through like having a K-pop Instagram
Oh,
page.
nice.
Yeah.
No, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, I used to stand Winner, Song Mino, I love you. EXO, I used to love EXO too. Kai was my bias.
I have no comments. I'm zero. Let's bring it back to Nikki. Back to the Pink Print. Because I rinsed that as well on the way to uni.
Yeah.
As well as because back before I had Spotify properly and like premium, blah 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 blah. I used to drive to uni with like all my CDs that I'd collected.
My mom used to have this like one burnt CD, and it used to have My Boo, Usher, Alicia Keys, Temperature, Sean Paul, and Daddy Yankee song, like a Daddy Yankee song, and then like a
Gasolina?
Gasolina by Daddy Yankee, and then like a few Celine Dion songs. And my mom used to rinse it until my dad snapped it one day because it was just too much. And like, that's why I know all the lyrics to My Boo. But I think it started when we were younger. You were mine.
What do you think of the Super Bowl? Their performance?
I watched a little bit of it, and I was like, did he do yet? Like, yeah. Or did he do, what's the other one? What's that Usher song I love? Burn. Did he do Burn?
He did do Burn.
Oh my god.
And the stage was like on fire. Yeah.
I think that you should let it burn when the feeling ain't the same in your heart. I don't want to let it go. No, I didn't watch it.
Okay, fair enough. In summary, I know what you're talking about. Usher performed recently.
Like, I don't know. I'm not into the Super Bowl halftime.
That's fair.
I've never seen one where I'm like, ooh, they ate. Like, they do eat, but I'm like, they eat more. Like, I would rather go to Usher's Las Vegas residency. I want him to grind on me the same way he was grinding on Kiki with her Mango, man.
Yeah. Nah, for sure.
How did we get on Usher grinding on me?
Nikki... CD.
Oh, CD.
Yeah, you said your mum rinsed that burnt CD.
The Pink Print. JB Hi-Fi.
Yeah. Did you ever used to go into like JB Hi-Fi and Sanity and just like spend like RIP Sanity
headphones like this with the headphones, and then would be that little 30-second preview. Pump it louder.
Oh goodness.
I'll be like, yo, but yeah, I used to love it. But I would say that like I was really bad with like CD collection, vinyl collection, even concert going. I rarely go to concerts. Yeah, I only like, for me to get a CD, I have to really love it.
For sure, that makes sense. No, that's unlike me. Like I just love collecting. Period. So I'm like, I don't like this album, but I need to finish the set.
Yeah. Oh, because you want to have the physical copy.
I love having physical copies of things.
How many CDs do you think you have?
Over 100. Over 100 CDs, about 30 to 40 vinyl, and about like 6 cassettes.
Oh, okay.
About 6 cassettes. So no, but I'll just collect.
I have a signed Dolly Parton vinyl. She's one of my.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. Where'd you get that?
Like,
what's your story of that?
There's a place in Geelong.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a secondhand, like it's huge. For what the name is, it's like a with like a bazaar. Like it's called like a bazaar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then
like a markety type situation.
Yeah, but it's like all by one people.
Yeah.
And then I was just going through all the records, and I found a signed Dolly Parton.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's my queen.
The goat. The goat.
She told me it's okay to be shaped like a capital P from the side.
All right, I'm moving on.
Well, she told me body confidence.
That's true. Positivity. That's true. I'm just moving on.
Push it, B. I'm no longer built like a P, so I don't mind. Anyways, whatever. I don't know, but like it's true. She made me feel her, Wendy Williams. Like I was like, okay, you can be shaped like a P from the side and still be successful in life. Like, it's not that bad. You know what I mean?
Speak your truth, sis.
Yes. Stand up for the flatties.
All right, number 4. What is a moment from one of your favorite gigs and a moment from one of your favorite sessions?
Gigs that I've attended or gigs that
Performed.
I've performed.
Yeah.
Probably. Okay, I did a show. Like, I did a show. I think it was like I did my first 2 headline shows on my own, like last year. And I'm that type of person, like, because I live so much in my own little world and whatever, like, I completely forget that, like, there actually are people. So when they sold out, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then I remember I was, like, on the stage, I was doing, like, one of my songs, and I was like, what the fuck is this echo on the thing, on the mic?
Yeah.
But I realized it was everybody in the crowd saying the lyrics to me.
Oh, crazy.
And I was like, wait a minute. Like, that was, like, the first point, like, time where I've, like, really clicked. Like, where that's really clicked. And I think that was one of my favorite moments. Also, just like the moments where I like go in the crowd, give people shots. Like,
yeah.
You know,
crowd participation, like match.
There was like I did a show once, and a group of girls came after school. Like they came after school.
I feel like you told me this one. Yeah, but continue.
Yeah, and I've had and then I did another show where a boy came from like in uniform and everything, and I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck? Yeah. And then what was the second one?
Session. Favorite session.
Probably any session that I've done with Nerve Toby. I love him so much. Probably when I recorded M31 because it was like I flew up to Brisbane and he messaged me and be like, "You're in Brisbane. It was like when they first got their studio, the one that got destroyed. I was like the first person to ever record it.
Yeah.
And then we did it, and then we met up with our other friends like for dinner. We did like half the song.
Yeah.
And then they came back and like they had all this input, and it was like so fun. Like it was just like so fun.
Yeah, no, dope.
Like, I just get to the studio and be like, okay, so I'm just gonna record this, and I'm like,
yeah, peace.
Yeah.
No, fair enough. Dope. That's cool. I didn't know that you were one of the first people to record in that.
First.
You were sorry.
I was
the first.
It wasn't even done.
No.
It wasn't even done when I did it. It wasn't even done. Like it was still. They were still putting up a little cheese. I was like, oh, this is classy.
Yeah, nice. Dope. And number 5. What is something that represents your dreams and aspirations within your field? So it doesn't just have to be music. It can be, like I said, I keep it open.
It starts
Field.
with M, and it ends with Y, or it can start with B, and it can end with G. Money and the bag.
Yeah. Facts. The Skrilla.
I'm sorry. I'm sick and tired of people acting like that, like it's bad to be motivated by money.
No. Look.
I love the freedom that I get because I do music. Also, I'm very lucky to say that I just do music, especially these days.
For sure.
I'm very lucky to say that. Like, so that is what motivates me. Yes, like the freedom that it gives me.
Definitely. It's. I mean, you're not the only person. I think Arage said it on hers.
Yeah.
Brazen Barbie didn't say it specifically, but she's like, I love like anything with diamonds, like iced out shit.
I love the fact that I'm going to go get my whole face borderline redone and my boob job from music money. I'm literally getting that done because of music.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's dope, and that's what a lot of people
off one doing one show. Like,
yeah.
If I worked retail, fuck.
Yeah. Goodness.
I worked retail, I got fired. I can't do it. Like,
why'd you
if a customer is being rude,
yeah,
I'm not gonna sit there and take it. I'm sorry. Fuck you and fuck everything.
What was the specific? What was it?
This girl.
Hospitality, or was it
No, I worked at a men's suit shop. And there would always be girls that came in with their boyfriends trying to cop an attitude.
Just off the rip?
No one wants your fucking boyfriend, girl. No one wants him. And so I don't know why you're copying an attitude with me. And I always just have long nails. And I always used to get girls be like, oh, babe, I could never have nails like that. Babe, oh, those nails are gross. And one day I just fucking snapped. I was like, because you're a bum bitch, that's why. I was like, because you're a bum bitch, that's why. And then all of a sudden, I am on probation. Why is she commenting on me? I'm an employee in here, but let's meet in the parking lot, bitch.
Yeah.
Also, I'm just on for that life.
Yeah. No, I mean, the same. With like, what I do currently, like, outside of my music stuff, which is still great. Yeah. And, like, I still enjoy the job.
I would.
You as a teacher... No, but that's what the kids would love you though. That's what they'd be like. They'd be
Miss
jigging other classes to be like.
They'll be like, we're going to Miss Mulalo's class. I'm like, and Brendan did what? You see Stephanie and Brendan, I saw them at the lockers like, what's going on there? But you're not allowed to do that shit.
Oh no, I'll still be asking.
Yeah.
I'll still be like, so what's the tea?
Yeah, what's happening?
What's the deal? Because you're clearly not acting right.
And then do you go to the staff room and then tell them?
It depends. It depends. I'll be like, yo, did you see how so-and-so was acting?
Remember how we were all saying that Brianna was weird? Yeah. I'm going to tell you why. Yeah. You all talk about your babes.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, I'm so good at helping people and stuff, but it's just like you don't get to choose who you interact with. Some kids are fucking cunts.
That's true.
Like when I was in high school, I saw someone throw a chair at a teacher. Bitch, a 15-year-old threw a chair at me. I'm going to.
Oh, it's on site.
Yeah. Bitch, I'm beating you and your mama.
Goodness.
Now what?
Yeah. And
but also I also respect your job, so I'm not beating up people's parents or anything.
You should probably say that to the camera.
I don't condone beating up people's parents if they don't deserve it. But if they do deserve it, you have to run that bitch a fade and fail their child. You're repeating third grade.
Oh. No, but fair enough. To bring it back, the money. Yes, I agree.
Because the thing is, the reason why I started DJing and because I DJed and then transitioned into doing music because I went to uni, I had a full-time job, and I had all that salary package and all that kind of stuff, but it wasn't fulfilling. And then when I got my first little check, I was like, fuck, if I'm making $200 from doing this, if I do it 4 or 5 times a week, I can get $1,000. And then then 200 turns into 1,000, and then 1,000 turns into 5,000, and 5,000 turns into 20,000, and realizing oh shit, I can go from doing shows for $200 to closing deals with brands for 12 grand in a 1 year, 2 year span. And then if I do that, then I don't have to do this. And if I do I always just say I want to make $10,000 a month. Yeah. That's my goal this year.
Yeah, fair enough. So secure the bag.
Yeah, secure the bag. And so for some people are not motivated by money. Also, some people are motivated by money, but
finding your passion, at least at the forefront, allows you to then secure that bag. Through it. Anyway.
Yeah. So also, if I didn't make money doing music, I wouldn't be doing it.
No, that's fair. And again, that's your prerogative. And some people, do the passion and at the money comes. Some people are no, the money is what I need. Yeah. And I'm gonna find no matter what the way to make
me to actually do it.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes totally sense.
Doing music has such high overheads, anyways.
Yeah.
You make money and it just goes all back into it.
Yeah, true.
But that's life.
That's a life. All right. We've got one more question left, but before we get to that, it's game time because I love playing a game. So what I'm going to get you to do is build your ultimate collab track, which means that you are going to make a posse cut with 4 artists, including yourself, so 3 other artists, a producer, and a videographer, and all local artists. So, yeah.
Okay. For the videographer, I'm going to pick Marcus. My friend Marcus, because he's amazing. He's amazing. He's slay. For the producer, I'm going to have to pick, obviously, Nerve and Talita RBE, because he's just, the best. And for the other 2 rappers, I'm going to go me, Barker. I really loving Praise and Bobby. I really love her music. I just think she makes baddie music. I would do me, Barker, Praise and Bobby, but then I would wanna maybe do a little sexy maybe do a wild card.
Okay.
Maybe like a little.
Maybe the hook.
Like a little.
Or like the last verse that's like, whoa. Maynard. Yeah.
So am I always saying her name wrong? I was with her and I'm like, every time I say her name, it's always wrong. Every time.
There's so many people that's like that.
No, but it's not. Like, I think it's just because I say it, I always am like, I'm trying to say it phonetically.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, but where's the A? Because people always say
Maina.
Maina.
Oh,
Maina. I'm like, yeah.
That makes sense.
Maina.
It sounds too Aussie to say it, Maina.
Yeah, Maina.
Maina.
And I feel like maybe because all the white people, that's how they say it. Maina. Yeah. Cancel.
Maina. Yeah.
yeah. I would say like me, Baka, Brazen Bobby, and Maina.
Maina. With a nerve beat and
because he can do some very sexy
like instrumentals.
I feel like the way it would go like this. It would start.
Mm-hmm.
It would open up.
Mm-hmm.
We're in a restaurant.
Okay.
Pretty lighting.
Okay. Here's a videographer. Here's a video. What's a video?
Where like it's us and we're all like chilling. We look all like slay.
Mm-hmm.
And then Maina comes in.
Mm-hmm.
She just like gives us a little serenade, it's like a little serenade, and then it goes, and then we get up on the tables and.
Oh, it's just turning up.
Yeah, and then we turn.
That's hard. What type of what? I think it's an important question. What type of restaurant?
I'm thinking Hubert. Like I don't know if you've been to Hubert. It's a French restaurant here in Sydney.
Okay.
And they do a live jazz band every night. Yeah, it's like a very sexy bistro.
Mm-hmm.
Girls meeting up for after work drinks.
Yeah.
Dark wood. Smoky.
Mm-hmm. But what style of the track is it? Is it an R&B track?
But at the beginning, and then
and it switches into like a
and then it switches
like a trap banger type.
Yeah, like a little trap banger baddie mode.
I like that. I like that. Well, let's see if that happens because that could be okay. Well, I tried.
You can't sign to record labels, bro. It's not gonna happen.
The politics
of it all.
Goodness.
Everyone has a manager.
I think you're the only person who said it's not gonna happen. We're not doing this.
Bitch, I can dream. Bitch, I can dream. The day that happens is probably the day I'll get my Nicki Minaj feature.
Let's see if that happens. It's not gonna happen.
Wow, it's gonna be so fucking for real. Someone was like, babe, you're gonna get to the Grammys. I was like, please be so fucking for real. Like, shut up. You'd be lucky if I make it to the Arias. You'd be lucky if I make it to the TikTok Awards.
Oh, goodness. Oh, my goodness. All right, we got one more question.
Yeah.
So, what is a personal moment that stands out to you that has impacted your music in a certain way? I feel like we kind of touched on a couple things, but...
Probably, like, just being... Actually, what's something... Say the question again.
What is a personal moment that stands out to you that has impacted your music in a certain... Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just moving to the country.
Mm-hmm.
Like, moving to the country and, like, absorbing, like, the culture as a first-gen immigrant.
Yep.
In tandem with, like, what do you call it? Being so on the internet and all that kind of stuff. I really, like... I feel like that is the most impactful thing because I wouldn't know what else to talk about or be able to reference all these things in my music if it wasn't for that. Or I have a strong like brand identity.
For sure. When did you move to Australia?
I moved to Australia in 1997, like when I was like a baby.
Oh, okay.
I was baby.
Right.
I was baby, so.
So you moved here because you mentioned Kenya. So you moved here and then
So I moved here for my dad's job. And then I moved overseas because my dad got a placement for the work that he does. Don't cancel me for being Nepo. He doesn't work in the music industry, but he has a good job. I'm sorry. Apparently, it's illegal for your parents to have a good job these days. No, I'm just saying. My parents have a good job, and I did go overseas, and I went to private school at one point in my life. Don't try to dig up my past. People do that these days. They do that these days. Oh, and she went to private school. And her dad did this. Oh, I'm sorry my parents cared about me. What?
Girl's a gangster. Real name's Clarence.
Like, literally. They'd be like, and her dad gave her a car.
head.
You see people getting cancelled for like their parents. They're like, oh, she grew up in a two-person parent home, and she went to uni. Yeah.
She can get it from the mud.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's not from Mountain. Shut up, bitch. The hell? People be having aneurysms when your parents are nice to you.
Yeah.
People get aneurysms when your parents like you. Sorry, my parents like you and you'll take you. Sorry.
That's
sorry,
true. No, it's true. It's true. It's true. Okay, well, on that note, thank you so much for coming on.
My parents hate me too,
That's African.
Yeah.
African vibes.
The way you hate me, parents hate me. The way you think I'm annoying, and parents think I'm more annoying.
Thank you so much for coming on. Here is where I roll out the red carpet for you to let the people know what's out, what's coming up. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so yeah, my name is Mulalo. Just follow me on Instagram, and then you'll see what's up.
What's your handle?
ITSMULALO. It's Mulalo. ITSMULALO. It's Mulalo.
Sweet.
But yeah, just I'm probably doing something food stuff. I'm working on a newsletter. I'm working on a newsletter which is like kind of similar to this, like where I talk to people that I'm really close with, or people that I'm close with that have like more to offer than just like, you know, their job title.
Yeah.
Like actual introspection. And then working on my reality show, which is like called Mulalo's World, which is really exciting, which will be before the end of the year. And just like my EP, music videos and all that kind of stuff. Just like working and trying to stay alive. And you can also find me on the surgeon's table. I'm getting liposuction on my double chin. I am.
I didn't say anything. I am Ruu, aka the Culture Black.
This is gonna be like the last footage of me with a double chin before I get snatched down by the doctor.
Okay, well,
Maybe I should send you the footage and then you should insert it after where I do a chin review.
Sure. If you want.
Because like that can be one of the things. Like, what's the most like amazing thing that
Amazing. That's wild. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
No, you could. I'm Ruu, aka the Culture Black Kid. This is Mulalo. I'll catch you next time. Peace.